Alright, what's up guys? VV back with another video. And in today's video, guys, we're going to be checking out a really cool new leader coming out in OP07 called Rob Lucci, another Rob Lucci leader. Mono black again, CP of course. And today we're going to be checking, today's video, we're going to be checking out some new decks popping out in the East that seem to be pretty good. Probably like S-tier decks, you know, if you were to do them in like a tier system, kind of like I did in yesterday's video. Definitely go check that out if you have not already. So real quick, before we dive into it, you guys know what you're getting into. This is going to be a deck tech style video. We're going to be checking out 4 different mono black Rob Lucci decks that are coming out in OP07. But I did a poll yesterday, and I try to do these all the time. You guys definitely come check it out if you get a, if you haven't already voted on it, by all means, please do. If you go to my main channel, or to the the homepage of my channel, go over to the community tab, and I try to put different polls in here. Probably about once every week or once every 2 weeks, I try to put a new poll in here. Definitely check those out if you have not already. But the most recent one, I asked, what do you guys like to see most on my channel? And surprisingly, the VV theory, I was expecting everyone to click theory crafting / educational. And don't get me wrong, I'm still going to be doing, all the different kinds of videos that I normally do. But I kind of wanted to see where people were leaning towards. And out of 500 votes, deck building, breakdown, and analysis was the most popular option. So by all means, go vote on here if you have not already. I love seeing the results of these. They're all really interesting. We've had some funny ones on here and some more serious ones. But it's good to know that I think a lot of my viewer base does enjoy the deck building, breakdown, and analysis style videos like we're going to be getting into today. Okay, so without any further ado, let's go ahead and dive into this. OP07 Eastern format. You see what's going on here, guys, with this is OnePieceTopDecks.com, for those who don't know what website I'm using. So far, we have not seen any major tournaments yet in the East for OP07, and they're probably going to wait till April 1st and past then, because that's when Sakazuki will be rotating out of the format. Because actually the biggest tournament we've seen so far was a 300-player tournament you see on the screen here. Sakazuki did win that, but Reiju got second, and then third and fourth was Bonnie and Nami. Excuse me. Gosh, excuse me, guys, my throat. But yeah, that's really it, though. There's this was a 100-player tournament that Bonnie won. Sakazuki got third, Reiju got second, and it's kind of all over the place, right? Like look at all these different decks over here. Okay, right when I say that, we go through like 6 NLs. But y'all see what I'm saying. For yellow, there's a Nell. For green, there's Bonnie. For blue, there's Boa. For black, there's Lucci. Red, we've got Dragon. And what was the last one I said? Purple, we've got Reiju. Because even though Reiju is blue-purple, it's really like a mono-purple deck. For those who know what I'm talking about. Like, if you played the deck, you know what I'm talking about. Whereas red-purple Law really is a pretty big mixture. But yeah, the format looks really healthy. But one deck that has kind of stood out to me has been Lucci. So that's what we're going to look at today. We're going to look at 4 different decks that are all Lucci. All these are different winning decks for Lucci. So let's just go ahead and dive straight into it, guys. First and foremost, let me tell you what the leader does, and then we'll read through the list. So Lucci, he's just a 5,000 power, 5 life leader, mono black. When attacking, trash the top 2 cards of your deck, and then give a character -1 for the turn. -1 cost for the turn. And CP 0 for his. He's a CP leader. Guys, this leader is really all that CP wanted. I feel like this is so much better than the double attack version of this leader, where you can trash, if you destroy something, trash 2, and then stand them up to attack again for the turn. Like, that's not bad, right? That's not a bad effect by any means, but this fills up your trash so much. Notice what's not in this deck list. Great Eruption. Because why would you run Great Eruption when you can just run Tempest Kick? And remember, for those who don't know, April 1st is when Great Eruption gets kicked out of the format. And notice the date down here at the bottom right, guys. It is, excuse me, it is March 23rd. Sorry, guys, I had to put my glasses on real quick there. But, guys, this list just looks absolutely incredible. Let me read through it, and then we'll talk about it. 2 Sakazukis. That's right. The 6-cost Sakazuki coming back, making a comeback. 1 Helmeppo, 2 Suru. I got to put my glasses on for this. Sorry, guys. 3 Kaku, 4 Khalifa, 4 Spandam. We can actually use the Spandam Searcher, because for those who do not know, Spandam is leader locked to CP leaders. Unfortunately, I don't know why. Well, maybe not unfortunately. Maybe that's how all searchers should have been. But Spandam is definitely locked. Sabo, 4 Sabos, 4 Rebecca, 4 Rob Lucci, 4 Gecko Moria, 2 Spandine, 2 Brook, 4 of the new Kaku, the 2K counter one, 4 Stussy. This card's incredible. 2 Ice Age and 4 Tempest Kicks. And guys, we're going to look at some other lists, but what you see here is pretty much the average of what we're going to see. The new cards to look at that are just incredible for what we're doing. Let me go back into full screen mode. There we go. So this is like the new boss. Like we still have Gecko Moria. Gecko Moria is not going anywhere. And it has the Rebecca package and everything still attached. But this card, Stussy, or Stussy, however you say that, 9 costs 9K. On play, you may place one of your characters in the... So destroy one of your characters or sacrifice them and KO up to one of your opponent's characters. Any of their characters. Now, you do have to have a character to destroy, but you guys get the point. Like, that's just incredible. So, like, these cards you played earlier, like Spandam, technically speaking, you could play this on... Like, if you have Tin Dawn available, you could play Spandam, do a top 3 search for a CP character, and then play this card, KOing your Spandam to KO one of their characters. Just awesome, right? Just incredible. Like I said, we're already running Tempest Kick here. This is a 1-cost, draw a card, -3 for the turn. So it's just a better version of Great Eruption here. A lot of people were fighting me on that back when I first made my video talking about the ban list. I said I don't understand why Great Eruption is getting banned. Leader locking it, I'm fine with that. I'm fine with the leader locking Great Eruption. But banning it, that is crazy in my mind. It's just like, why would you punish a deck like Smoker that already struggles? Why would you punish a deck like Isho that already struggles? But anyway, I'm going to try not to go down that rabbit hole. But other than that, guys, everything else here we've already seen. These are not new cards realistically. Well, except some of these. I will read these. Spandine. This comes out in EV01 for 2 months for us in the West. 3 costs, 2,000 power, 1,000 counter, CP9 character. Excuse me. You may return 3 cards with CP in its type from your trash to the bottom of your deck in any order. So that alone kind of locks it to CP, right? Not literally, but it's going to be hard to pull that off if you're not running a CP deck. Play up to 1 cost 4 or lower character card with CP in its types other than Spandine from your trash rested. So a cost 4 or lower character from your trash rested by trashing this card, right? You may return 3 cards from your trash. Excuse me, I don't think it does trash this card, excuse me. But you guys get my point. You're going to play this card, return 3, or yeah, when you play it, return 3, and you're going to be able to grab back a card like, where is he? Rob Lucci. Now, it does have to be a CP character you grab back. See, play up to 1 cost 4 or lower character card with CP in its types other than Spandine from your trash rested. So you can't grab back the Baroque. You can't grab back Rebecca. You're going to be going back. You're going to be trying to grab Khalifa, which is a, draw 2, trash 2, and a -2 for the turn. Or this guy here, Rob Lucci. That's what you're going for. You can technically grab Kaku as well. Card is very good. 4 costs, 5,000 power, 2K counter. Immediately that stands out as being very, very well statted. And then it has an on play of, you may place 2 cards with a type including CP from your trash to the bottom of your deck in any order, and give up to one of your opponent's characters -3 cost for the turn. So you see what you can do there. There's a lot of different tricks and shenanigans you'll be able to do with this. Now, one thing you can do with Spandine is, let's say you play out Gecko Moria, which grabs back Rebecca, which can grab Spandine out of the trash and play it and do everything we just said, like throw out Lucci or throw out Kaku or throw out Khalifa. Just very, very powerful interactions there. It's running the 1 Helmeppo to get back with your Gecko Moria as well, in case you need to go play out Gecko Moria, grab back a Helmeppo and a Rob Lucci and do some KO effects like that. Kaku in a deck like this is actually very strong. You may return 2 cards with a CP in its type from your trash to the bottom of your deck in any order, KO a 3 or less. Well, before that was very hard to pull off, unless you're running like a very heavy CP engine, right? Because you have to return CP cards back. Well, in this deck, I mean, you see, what is this? 4, 8, 11, 13, 15, 17, excuse me, I can't count, 17, 21, plus 4 here, was at 25, plus 4 here, 29. So it's almost 30 cards in the deck. Actually 30, well, no, I did count the Kakus. It's about 30 cards, in the deck that are CP. So you're going to have a lot of targets to get back for your Kaku searches. So yeah, that's the first list. Now the rest I'm going to go through pretty quickly because they're all roughly the same. Now this one, there are little differences with each one, obviously, but for the most part, they're all the same. Like this one's running 4 Borsalinos. It's running 3 Sakazukis. And what did it cut? Let's see. It's not running the Kaku. It's not running the Kakus that we were just looking at, the 5 cost that can KO 3 or less. And it's just playing the Sakazukis. And it's running Borsalino as backup. And you see it, like, I mean, it's pretty much the exact same, guys. And this list got first place in the 78 player tournament. So, you know, that's not a small tournament. I mean, it's not one of the massive ones, but that's really not a small tournament. Now let's keep going. This one went 6-0. I don't know how big the tournament was. This one is running the Kakus instead of the Sakazukis, and it's just everything else looks the exact same. But they're running Innie's Lobby over the one cost not Great Eruption Ice Age, which I don't know about that. I do like Innie's Lobby, but Ice Age is just very, very good. It is a very nice card to be able to -5 to the cost of something, and then with a card like Kaku, hit an 8 or less, really a 9 or less, because of Rob Lucci's effect. You see what I'm saying? And I feel like that's probably why a lot of people were running the 6-cost Sakazuki. Because in the last list we're going to look at, I think were they also? No, they were not. They were running the new Sabo card. But like in these first two lists, they were running Sakazuki, because if you combo this with something like an Ice Age, all of a sudden you're hitting anything in the game, right? Or just with the leader's effect, you're hitting a 6 or less. You see what I'm saying? Because like you swing, leader with the leader effect, -1 there, play this card down, and Sakazuki is a very impressive card. For those who have not played with this card or tried it, you should try this card sometime. Yes, it feels a little outdated how you're trashing a card from your hand just to get a KO effect. Like, that's so set 2, right, guys? That's so set 1, so set 2, whatever. But honestly, this card was very powerful back then, and it still is today. It's just you're basically saying, I'm going to establish a 6-cost 7K, and I'm going to trash a card from my hand. You have to trash a card from the field now, and you get to choose it. Like, that's kind of the logic I would use. So it is very, very powerful. And that's filling up your trash for other interactions here. One card that I'm going to bring up while we're talking about it, because I'm surprised we didn't see any of these. And let me go to the final list while I'm bringing this up, because this one is about the same, but it's running the new Sabo card on the screen here. But there's a card that I'm surprised they haven't tried yet. Maybe there's just no point in doing it. I'm going to bring it up just 1 second, guys. It's the new card coming out called I Want to Live, and I'm gonna pull it over to the screen here. Now, this is a Straw Hat Crew card. It's an event. It's a 3-cost counter, not a main. It's a counter. If you have 30 or more cards in your trash, add up to 1 card from the top of your deck to the top of your life. So it's a gain life card. It's pay 3, gain a life on attack. It is, you know, it's a counter card, so they have to be attacking. And this deck, for those who do not know, guys, this deck, let me go and minimize this now, bring it back over. Sorry, let me adjust that. There we go. You know, this leader effect gets a lot of cards in the trash very, very quickly. And then if you are using Khalifa's Draw 2, Trash 2, or Sabo's Draw 2, Trash 2, you know, you're putting cards in your trash very quickly. And then there's also Spandam's putting cards in the trash. You know, it surprisingly goes through cards very quickly. Now, this one's running Great Eruption and Tempest Kick over the Ice Ages. I kind of think the Ice Age is a little bit better. But hey, this guy clearly did very well. He went 7-0 to flagship with this list. Very, very solid. And this was back on 3/11, so about almost 2 weeks ago. Very good stuff here. Anything new? No, literally. Now they are running Hattori. They fit in two of the 1-cost 2K counter Hattori. Excuse me. This one is a your turn on play. Give up to one of your Rob Lucci's plus 2,000 power for the turn. Very solid there, but should probably... I don't think this would take the place over the 2 Kakus they got rid of. I think this Kaku here is incredible because, number one, it's a 4-cost 5K body. It's a 2K counter, so you get in your trash very easily. And then it's another target for your Gecko Moria, potentially, right? It all depends. So good stuff here. And hopefully y'all are starting to see the pattern. It looks like what a lot of people are doing, and this is one of the earlier lists that was running the double Great Eruption and Tempest Kick. I think once things got better and better, people started realizing that they needed to fit in Sakazuki. Because let me say it like this. So notice this date here, the first list we looked at, or that very last one we looked at with Great Eruption, this is the oldest one at 311. And then on 314, they had already moved away from, it seems like the meta shifted away from that and went to Innie's Lobby. By the way, I didn't talk about Brook. For those who don't know what this card does, another absolutely incredible card that you can cheat out with Rebecca if you need to, and has a 1K counter. On play when attacking, On play and when attacking. So it's an on play / when attacking. Give up to one of your opponent's characters cost -1 for the turn, and then KO up to one of your opponent's characters with a cost of 0. So this card is incredible, and like I said, you can do tricks with it with Rebecca. Very, very powerful. So anyway, it looks like in the beginning they were playing with Brooke, and they were messing around with the Great Eruption idea and even the new Sabo. But I think this ended up being too clunky, where they determined, like, well, you know, I'd really like to just have a Sakazuki in that place. And again, so for 311, that's this list on the screen right here. Everything you see on the screen here, the general framework is all still there. You got the Stussies, Tempest Kicks, and they're running Great Eruptions. And they had the 8 call Sabo. Then about a few days later, when they moved, it's like they moved on to this. Like, all right, let's try out Innie's Lobby. We'll keep the Brook. We have the Kakus here. We'll just get rid of the 8 call Sabo. It was just too flashy anyway. Then you start seeing them get away from Innie's Lobby and away from Great Eruption, moving into Ice Age. This was on 317. And now that this is starting to look like a very strong package here. Very, very strong with the Sakazuki. And the last one that did well that we were just looking at. This is the smallest tournament we looked at so far, I think, at 4-0. But still, I think this list actually looks the cleanest. Give or take a few cards here and there. And I think were all of them running Brook? Every list was running Brook except this one. Except this one random list right here. But, excuse me. I wonder if... Well, no, this was running the Kaku as well. This is probably the cleanest list I've seen out of them. Either this one or the one we just looked at right here with the 4 Borsalinos. I think these two, the most recent lists with Sakazuki, I think those are the cleanest, like the best list in my personal opinion. The most refined, most balanced. 4 Stussies, 2 Sakazukis, 3 Kakus, 2 Brooks, 4 Rob Luccis. Just removal for days. The only thing I would like to see fit into this deck, like maybe going down a Stussi, maybe going down 1 or 2 Stussies even, or 1 Kaku or something. Maybe even, no, he only has 2 Sakazukis. But yeah, going down like 1 or 2 of a card here or there and putting in the Innie's Lobbies. Because I do think that will really help with your cost reduction for hitting multiple targets with Rob Lucci. And of course, with the new Brooke card, the combo with Rebecca and Brooke. This card is cost reduction as well, I should mention. Or I think I already did mention that. But yeah. Right, guys, I don't want to ramble on for too much longer. Hope you guys enjoyed. Please tell me what y'all think in the comment section below. How interested are you in this leader coming out? How good do you think it's going to be? I honestly think this is going to be one of those leaders that kind of is... I think this will take the place of Gecko Moria in OP07. Now, who knows? Maybe Gecko Moria will stay as well. And I'm talking about the leader, obviously. The character is going to be in every single deck that runs black. The 8-cost character. But this leader, this is a really, really strong mono black choice. Gecko Moria is not exactly... It's not like Gecko Moria is going to be worse. It's just it didn't really get too much help from OP07. Instead, a lot of the help went to, like, the deck here, Rob Lucci, like what we see on the screen. Like, it got this from EV01. It got this from EV01. I guess this can go in any deck. But it also got Tempest Kick, which is now the new Great Eruption for a deck like this. Right, guys, that's it. Y'all tell me what y'all think in the comment section below. Please do not forget to like and subscribe. And until next time, guys, peace. I should leave y'all with this on the end there.